So DSP Caregiver, okay? A guy caught him raping a special need young lady. Okay? Jason was his name. In an alleyway with her diaper down. When Jason confronted him, he say he was changing her. But it gets strange. Really strange. He also have other special need clients also inside the van. He had the doors bust wide open, raping her. The baby had a diaper on. The young lady, special need. She can't even say no. He takes the keys. Jason need to be recognized. He takes the keys. He waits till the police get there. He is in jail. But they had other people inside the van. And I understand people got to go to work and you have to put your family members in daycare until you get back. Or I don't even know what the case may be. But y'all got to be careful out here. Look at him. Who will hire him? How did the company not know? This is wrong. This really upset me this morning.
Tonight's story is one of those that makes your stomach turn. Now imagine this, a man trusted as a caregiver, given responsibility over a vulnerable non-verbal patient, and instead of protecting her, he is caught in the most horrible and horrific way possible, inside a van. Well, this is the case of Anthony Alcorn, a medical transport caregiver who was supposed to take care of his patient, and instead he was allegedly caught in the act of assaulting her. And the whole thing was exposed by a passerby who had the courage to record. And since then, the internet has erupted. People are outraged, disgusted, and demanding justice. And the man who recorded this scene even spoke out about how he managed to catch Alcorn red-handed. And yes, I have those clips and the reactions of Americans who cannot believe what happened. Alright, let's watch the videos first and then we'll come back to break down the full story, the updates, and what this means moving forward. Let's take a look.
Nah, gang, what you doing? What you doing, gang?
I'd like to tell you that this is an isolated incident and this doesn't happen all the time, but that would be a lie. I worked in people's homes with the DD community for the last 25 years, so we've seen up close and personal people's real lives. They are the most vulnerable population and they are taken advantage of continuously. And there really aren't any laws to prohibit it, especially when it comes to SEXUAL things. I was a mandated reporter by law the past 24 years, but no longer, and I will never be again. And I could tell you countless stories of the times that I was mandated to report and absolutely nothing happened, and the sickest stories that you ever heard. No agency, no any of this stuff is here to protect these people. They're here to get what they can out of.
Meet 69-year-old Anthony Alcorn from Ohio. What did he get caught doing? He worked at a place called Graceworks Enhanced Living, a place where they take care of people who have mental and intellectual handicaps. Alcorn was taking a young lady home who has an intellectual disability and needs 24-hour care. When he decided to stop in an alley and essay her. By the grace of God, there was a witness. See something, say something. The man went over and not only stopped this, but he took Alcorn's keys from him so he couldn't leave, till the cops came. Here we see Anthony Alcorn in court. He was charged with 4 different charges, 1 for SA, 2 for kidnapping, and 1 for gross sexual imposition. This story just breaks my heart. I have really no words for it, besides my heart goes out to that girl and her family, and prayers for that girl and her family. And I pray that Anthony Alcorn never sees a day of freedom ever again.
My dog ran away, Picasso. He's a Frenchie, a Murrow one. And I left the gate open and hoped that he would come back. I was about to go lay down, and then something told me to go check the backyard again. I opened my back door, look up at the gate was closed. So I said, hold on, something ain't right. Walk up the hill, I get to looking through the gate, I see a blue van. I open the back gate, I said, what are y'all doing here? Nobody answered. Then I walked to the back of the van, I said, what are y'all doing here? Nobody answered. I couldn't believe my eyes. So first thing I could think to do was to pull my camera out and record. My friend called the police. He told me when I was on live that he's calling the police, keep him on live. So that's what I did to document all the evidence.
Now, here are the facts, okay? Graceworks worker was fired, was charged with abusing a woman with disabilities on September 2025 on Dayton, Ohio. The facts are Anthony W. Alcon, 69, from New Carlisle, a Gracework Lutheran service employee for 8 years as a direct support professional, watching a woman with developmental disabilities in a transport van. Alcorn pulled into an alley behind the 400 block of Burkhardt Avenue, removed the woman who requires 24-hour care and lives in a Graceworks group home in Beaver Creek from the van, and according to an affidavit.
That was really disturbing to watch, and it's really hard to even process, but it's important we talk about it. Now, Anthony Alcom, the caregiver, has now been charged with rape and kidnapping. And the victim, a nonverbal adult who depends on others for her safety, could not cry out, could not tell anyone what happened. That's what makes this case so heartbreaking and enraging at the same time. And the man who recorded the incident described how he stumbled upon the van, sensed something wasn't right, and decided to take out his phone. And that decision may have been the only reason this crime came to light. And without him, it might have gone completely unnoticed. And the reactions we just saw highlights exactly what so many are feeling: anger, disgusted, and a call for stronger protection for vulnerable people. And families are asking, how safe are our loved ones when we hand them over to caregivers? And what checks are in place? Why aren't there stricter rules like 2 caregivers being present or cameras in transport vehicles? Now, this is bigger than one man's crime. It's about systemic gaps that allow predators to slip through and speak up when something looks wrong. So the conversation now is, what reforms should happen to ensure this never happens again? Should medical transport services be monitored more closely? Should there be more accountability in caregiving systems? Because at the end of it, protecting vulnerable people isn't optional. It's the bare minimum of a decent society. So drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear your perspectives on all these. And if you found this video important, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because stories like this deserve to be heard and we have to keep the conversation going. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Amy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay blessed.